Approach the object at a 45-degree angle and let your outside foot guide you into the flip like a running gainer. Also, this is important to note and it cannot be overstated. Look at my head is already tilted back as if I'm going for a flip. So when you evaluate your videos of yourself, look at your head and make sure you are doing that. Now you should be putting your inside foot near the obstacle you're gating, anywhere you feel comfortable. And if you're having trouble finding the right spot for you, don't worry. Try putting a rock on the ground or drawing a circle and pretend that's the obstacle you're gating. And then do a kick the moon or a cheat gainer next to it. And you will see where your foot should naturally be for you to be comfortable. Now you're ready for level 2. Level 2, both our feet are going to come up at the same time and our inside foot that was close to the obstacle is now going to come back further away from it. So here's level 2. Look where my foot is. And now look, this is where it was with level 1. The second step here is your inside foot is no longer following, but as your outside foot gets to the inside foot, it's coming up and both of them are going around together. Now I want you to keep playing with that idea. Keep bringing your foot further and further back. And if you're taking 3 steps into it, try to just take 2 steps and work on bringing that inside foot up quicker and quicker. You are now ready for the no step. And this is the final frontier for gates. This is the ultimate gate technique. And it's going to be a little bit more challenging, but if you've done everything up to this point, you're ready. For the no step, I've found that it's a little bit easier for me to keep both feet about the same distance, facing the same way. But you may find that you like having your outside foot way further back or vice versa. Just try and see what works for you. If you look at this here, I took an extra step. So watch my inside foot. It takes an extra step and then I give a really hard kick with my outside foot. Now at this point, that might be something you want to practice first before going for the no step with your feet at an equal distance. And that's okay. You can try that too. But you also might just be ready to go for it this way. Some people talk about using your outside hand to pull and your inside hand to push. So one pulls you to the object and one pushes you off. You can do that, but you don't have to. But eventually we're going to have to combo it. We're going to do a flip or something and we're going to land and we want to go right into a gate with no wasted steps. And in this scenario, as you practice this, you probably will understand that concept of pulling and pushing. Because a lot of times you're pretty far away from the object and you don't want any wasted steps. So you latch onto it and you really do have to pull yourself into the object. And that can be really fun. But I'm not going to get into depth with how to do that here. You're going to have to learn that on your own. Feel free to learn it in the final stages. You do not have to learn it in the beginning stages. All you have to do is when you start to get around, just push off. Yeah, in fact, I remember I had no concept of like the pulling and pushing until I was drilling it on this day. I was getting so frustrated that I wasn't getting the spacing right and stuff. I just started manhandling it and grabbing it and just ripping myself around. If I didn't have the momentum, if I was too far back, it didn't matter. I was going to like pull myself to this thing. And that's how I learned this concept. I didn't even know it was a concept until after this. And it's just really funny. And this is what I said to the camera at that time. I'm getting pretty pissed off at this dirt. So I need to put my hands on that log somewhere. So I'm about to get really molester style on that log and I'm just gonna put my hands all over it every single time. Even if I mess up, I gotta use that log. I told you, I don't care what happens before. I'm grabbing that log and I'm literally molesting it. I don't care anymore. And just like that, the pull and push method was born out of sheer frustration. But you don't need it. And yeah, so you guys can experiment with that and see what works for you. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it helps you get your gates down, and I will see you next time. And until then, let's train. Well, hey,
in the process, the gates are getting a lot easier. I'm out here training, guys. I hope you are too. That's what it's all about. I'm gonna keep training, but if you sync up with me, we could synergize. I can motivate you to train too. And hey, if you give me feedback, that'll motivate me to train, so join the loop. If there's even 2 of us, it'll be more motivation for the both of us. If a 3rd person gets in there, 4th person, it's just gonna keep giving us more and more motivation to keep progressing and training. And eventually I'll make a Discord or something where you guys can all motivate each other, and I'll be in there every day chilling. Was that it?